Hi everyone, my name is Hannah O'Grady and I'm a clinician here at the Center for Anxiety in the Brooklyn office. And today I really want to talk to you about this past year, specifically some of the biggest takeaways from 2020 when it comes to our mental health. I don't think there is any denying that this year has been a very unique year and that a lot of us have faced challenges that we thought we would never have to face. And I think by facing those challenges, a lot of us have had our mental health pushed or tested. I will say one silver lining is that I've seen more and more people and organizations and companies dedicate time to having conversations around mental health and ways to improve our mental health. Often in our society, we've seen these conversations dedicated to physical health, while mental health often falls by the wayside. And I think that one of the reasons these conversations are increasing is because so many people are realizing the importance of taking care of our mental health and the importance of being intentional when it comes to self-care. So I know a lot of people have different reactions and ideas of self-care. A common thing I hear is that self-care is too time-consuming. I hear people say they're too busy, they don't have the time to dedicate to taking care to their mental health. When really, self-care can be just a matter of seconds or minutes. It does not need to be hours and hours and hours. Self-care really forms the foundation of our mental health as well. It can be something as simple as getting that extra hour of sleep. So one silver lining of this pandemic and working from home is that a lot of us have had commutes taken out of our day, which depending on how far you commute, that can really add up. And so with that extra time, we can dedicate that to self-care, which again can just be sleeping an extra hour. Or it can be waking up and reading the paper or easing into the day. Or it can be making a nutritious meal or going for a walk outside. In 2019, I think that a lot of us really got caught up in the hustle and bustle and hecticness of the end of the year. And I think that our society does praise busyness and it praises multitasking and people who can seem to do everything all at once. When really we know that multitasking and feeling like you have no time to breathe is not good for our mental health. And I think that 2020 has really given us the space to dedicate the time to our mental health in the form of self-care. So for example, I know at the end of 2019, I was not as good at being intentional about my self-care. So I know I wasn't going for my daily walks outside. I wasn't eating as healthy. I wasn't reading like I typically do. And in 2020, with the extra time that we have all been given, I started to take my daily walks again and eat more healthy and read, even if just for 10 minutes every day. And over time, as this became a habit again, I have noticed such a huge impact on my mental health and on my patience and on my happiness. And again, I cannot state how important it is to be intentional about taking care of our mental health. So again, this can take on so many different forms. It can look like taking the subway and getting off one stop early, so you're just walking those extra 5 minutes. And I think that as we began to dedicate more time to taking care of our mental health, that can really impact our relationships with those around us as well. And it can also have impacts on our physical health too. So there's no denying that our mind and body are very connected. And I think that with this focus on self-care and this focus on taking care of our mental health, we can become even more resilient. And just think about that, because I already think that so many of us have really experienced how resilient we can be through all of the challenges that this year has faced. And I think that as we start to hone in even more in self-care and taking care of our mental health, that resilience can continue to increase. So I hope you found some takeaways from this message, and thank you for listening, and happy holidays.